Hello everybody, welcome back to Ground Signals. I'm Joey Vegas, and today we're going to do another metal detector overview review. If you have it pictured in front of me here, I have the starting lineup of the Greek series, which is going to be the Alpha 2000, Delta 4000, and over here is going to be the Gamma 6000. Primarily today we're going to be taking a look at this model right here, Gamma 6000. I have already videos out there of the Delta 4000 and the Alpha 2000, so we're going to go with the beginner and move on up. There's still two more in this lineup. It's going to be the Omega 8000 and the new Omega 8500, and hopefully I'll get my hands on one of them guys and I'll be able to do a little review on that. So without further ado, let's get started with this guy. Alrighty guys, let's take a look at this. This is the Teknetics Gamma 6000. This is going to be the third in the Greek lineup. Alpha, Delta, and then your Gamma. Gamma, typical thing. The reason why I picked this thing out, I happened to get it for a good deal, and I really was in love with this layout. I mean, the day that I actually saw this display screen, I was like, wow, that's one of the biggest screens that I've ever seen. And it's very easy to see when you're out there in the field and you're swinging around. You can look right down. Icons are huge. Target ID is huge. You can't miss anything with this. So screens here, I got a couple of these stickers on it. I don't know, I'm kind of tripped out. I mean, this thing's like a $599 detector, and it's got the exact same black box as the Alpha, which is like $179 or something like that. And I'm like, come on guys, I mean, for $599, all the other lineups get a color. Why don't you put something on this screen here to make it look nice, you know, not it's just boring black. So I just threw these little decals on there, kind of broke up the monotony a little bit. But anyways, a lot of my friends says they don't care about how it looks, they care about making a proficient machine. I have to totally disagree. If that was the case, Honda and Chevy, they would just make a really reliable car that looked like a box. So I think that aesthetics also needs to look good. But on the upside, all of these guys here are very light, right around 2 pounds, slightly over 2 pounds. You could swing it all day long and it's not going to hurt your arm. And I really think that it's important when you're out there in the field. If you're going to put in the hours, swinging a detector that is 3 to 5 pounds, man, it's going to wear up on you. You're going to have to get a sling or something like that. So let's just go ahead and get this thing cut on. Like I was telling you guys before, Teknetics detectors are very prone to EMI. So when I cut this on, it's going to go batty on you. We're going to have to immediately cut it down. Okay, so here's your power button right here. Right away, going batty. Cut it down to somewhere around here, 20. For the usage of this video, my sanity will keep it down here at 20. Alright, so let's take a look at these controls here. Pretty much it's still the same things. You're going to have these buttons here that control this box. This button here controls this box. Power button, pinpoint, and left and right, negative, positive to make adjustments. Alright, now let's take a look at the screen. I really think this screen looks awesome. Okay, it's nice and large, and you can see right here it's kind of like a rainbow effect, starting with iron, foil, nickel pull tab, screw caps, zinc, dime, and quarter. Alright, so right off the top guys, we're going to go ahead and start throwing some coins at this thing and see what it does. Here we go with a quarter. Right there guys, 86 to 89 reflectivity and quarter. And there's your depth gauge, right around 1 inch. I'm holding it right about 1 inch over it, so there you go. Reflectivity number, depth, and the actual notch of the item that you're getting. Next thing we're going to go is with a dime. Now this one's coming in at 82, so anything from 80 to 86 is going to come in as a dime. Pretty good. Next thing we got here is going to be a nickel. Okay. You hear the tone go down? Fires off on nickel, 57, and depth within 1 inch. Pretty solid. Gonna go to a US dollar. And it's gonna hit as high as it can go here. It's getting an 89. Now quarters I normally see coming at 87, 89. I got $1. It's gonna be all the way up here in this range. And then here's a $50. Look how high that number went. 92 to 93. So it's even higher. Quarters 87. Dollar here 93. It's going to be up here in the quarter high tone. And your depth. Pretty simple. Here is the stinking zinkin, as we call them. Fires off in the zinc range, 77 at an inch. And here goes the copper penny. And like I said, always, it seems as though the dime and the penny, they both have the same kind of conductivity, reflectivity, and they will normally fire off in the same range. But just for all purposes here, 83 on the penny, 82 to 83 on the dime. Now those numbers are going to change when it actually gets in the ground. Your numbers are going to bounce around. I mean, all this stuff is just air test. It's going to be completely different once you're in your soil and the mineralization of your soil and so forth. Those are all going to come to play. All right. So anyways, moving on to the next. As you can see here, what do we have? We have the battery. We have this little prospecting icon. What that's going to do is that when you actually ground grab on the ground, you're going to pump this coil on the ground, and it's going to give you a ground adjustability so that this thing is going to be balanced for the soil that you're in. Alright, so in this button right here, you've got pinpoint, all metals, and then eventually ground grab. Now it's already set that the ground is going to be at 82, and if it's stable, if the numbers stay stable, then your ground balance is good for the soil that you're in. We're going to move on to the next thing, which is going to be discrimination. Discrimination we've got at 10, which is at iron. But if you don't want iron, you can go ahead and hit this button. Right at about 40, it's going to cut it off. 40, gone. And then the foil, if you want that, gone as well. Keep holding it. Foil disappears right at around 50, what? 54? Foil disappears. And on throughout the spectrum, you keep holding onto this button, and each category will disappear. If you're just mainly looking for coins, you can use it to discriminate and bring it all back. All right. There that is. The next thing option is the notch. Notch option is, say you don't want zinc, just move the target down here to notch, and you're just going to push it over to zinc. It's going to blink. It's going to go bye-bye. Zinc. No more noise on the zinc. You want it back? Click it in. It'll fire back on. Zinc. You're back in 77 zinc at an inch. Okay, pretty simple there. Next thing is your number of tones. You're going to click it down here, and you've got multiple tones. I think it's 1 to 4. 1 to 4 tones. So if you want a discriminant type of audio, you can go there, or if you just want one tone to cover everything, you can go there. And of course the next one you're going to have is going to be your volume, up and down. This unit happens to have a 1/4 inch jack and a little like an 8mm jack that goes down here on the side. Getting over here, you're going to have discriminant mode, pinpoint, all metals, and ground grab. Okay, and you can just cycle through those features right in this area here. All metal, when you want to go and detect your field and you don't want to sit there and notch anything out, you want to hear everything, you could just set it to all metal, and anything of metallic value will fire off on this here with no discrimination, and you'll still get the identifier as to what it is, but it sounds different. It has more of like a buzzing noise, more of a duck sound, okay, but it still tells you nickel, dime, quarter. It seems like the sounds get a little bit higher as you go through, but it's a one audio sound, and all metals. Okay, and once again, the next one here is ground grab. You set it there, you take your coil, you pump it up and down on the ground while you're hitting the pinpoint button, and it'll set your ground mineralization to whatever number is right, and it'll say right up on here when you do that, it'll tell you low, medium, high on your actual mineralization levels. Alright, so that's just a basic overview of this model right here, which is the Teknetics Gamma 6000. Like I said, I like the display. The layout is really nice. It's nice and big. I could see everything. It's got all the features that I need in it. You know, sensitivity, discrimination, notches, number of tones, volume, discrimination, pinpoint, all metal, and ground grab. Once again, I got to give it to Teknetics for its pinpoint feature. The pinpoint is deadly accurate on this. Whatever it is, man, if you hit pinpoint, it's going to be right in the center. of that coil. When you hit this number, the depth is going to fire and it's going to give you inch reading as to how close you are on that. The pinpoint feature on this is deadly accurate. When you're hovering over your target, you hit the pinpoint and you go back and forth, the number is going to progressively go from high to low, and it'll give you approximate inches as to how far you are in the center of that coil. And then all you've got to do is take a look, lift your coil, cut your little plug, lift it, pinpoint it, bam, and pull whatever gem that you find out of the ground. And that'll do it for this. Alrighty guys, well that was my little mini review of the Gamma 6000 metal detector by Teknetics. I hope that my review was helpful to you in trying to understand the controls, the benefits, and some of the features that this detector has. And if it works out for you, go out and grab it. I would recommend any of the Teknetics, the 4000, the 6000. Like I said, I'd like to get a hold of the 8000 and the 8500. Hopefully in the future I can somehow find a way to get that, do a review on that, bring that out to you, because those are pretty nice too. But in the meantime, good luck to you guys. Thank you for watching my channel. Subscribe, endorse, leave a comment down below. And if there's anything that I can help you guys with, just send me a message and I'll try to get back to you in a timely fashion. Alright, that's it here. Adios from Las Vegas. I'll see you out there in the field. Good luck.